Good Thursday afternoon, everyone. TJ here for your 12 p.m. stretch break. So for today's class, you don't really need anything. So we are going to start off standing, just kind of getting a little movement going within that upper body or starting off with the upper body. So we're just kind of moving the arms kind of back and forth, going over like one arm kind of crossing over the other. Again, not being forceful with it, but just again moving. And now we're going to change that direction. So we're just going to cross over and then bring it down, bring it up, bring it down, breathe in on the way up, breathe down on the way down, or breathe out on the way down. So breathe in on the way up, down on the way out. One more. Nice job. Bring that left arm across the body, keeping that shoulder down. And whether you're using your left or your right hand to grab your left, or you're using your right hand to grab your left elbow, again, just stretching out the back. Hope everyone's having a good Thursday so far. All right, let's switch sides. So again, left hand either grabbing the right elbow or grabbing the right hand, but again, keeping that shoulder down and trying to keep your shoulders square to, well, to meet. Sometimes you might see where people tend to kind of twist their upper body. Even though you would be feeling that stretch in your torso, you wouldn't really notice it too much within the upper back. All right, interlock your fingers, and we're going to go hands behind our head, and we're going to push those elbows back. And we're going to push our head back into our hands. Again, feeling that stretch within the front of our upper body. Especially if we've been typing and we feel like maybe the posture has not been the best. All right, so bring it down. So we're going to bend from the hip. So if I turn to the side, pretty much I just want your arms to hang freely and just kind of letting them do like their own thing in the sense of like just making circles. You could go the opposite direction. Again, just kind of letting gravity just kind of naturally pull on the arm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right, so we're going to stretch out our arms. So we're going to do our bicep stretch and our forearm stretch, or the lower arm stretch. So your right hand is grabbing your left palm. Again, keeping that shoulder down, feeling that stretch through the front or through the top of your upper arm, your lower arm. And we're going to now shift that down. So your right fingertips are going to move down to your left fingertips. And feeling that stretch more so in your wrist. So again, if we've been typing a lot, and we need to stretch out, that tightness within the wrist. All right, let's switch. And now let's move left hand to right palm. So your right arm is out in front of you. Again, feeling it through the top of the upper arm and the lower. Nice job. So now I want you to move those left fingertips down to the right fingertips. And again, feeling that stretch through your wrist. Excellent job. All right, so now let's do a tricep stretch. So it's the back of the upper arm. So your hand is going to be flat on your back, and your right elbow is going to be straight up in the air, and just taking that left hand and just pulling that elbow towards your head. Or if it helps, you can kind of push it back just a little bit, not too much. Nice job. All right, let's move to that left elbow. So left elbow is up in the air. That right hand is grabbing the left elbow. And again, you can pull it towards your head or just kind of slightly back just a little bit. Feeling that stretch through the back of that left upper arm, unless you were on your right side. Nice job. So bring that down. Again, just kind of bringing the arms kind of back and forth, one over the other. Just crossing the body forward and back. Just kind of bringing movement again back into the shoulders after those stretches. All right. So now we're going to move on to the lower half of our body. So we're going to grab the ankle and just, you can hold it or you can release and then do the other side. This one's more of a movement thing. So if you could just kind of alternate back and forth. And just taking it at your own pace. There's no rush, especially if you're working on balance. If you need to hold on to a wall, you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay, so the next one that we're going to do, if you're at your desk or your cubicle, or you have like a wall or something behind you, it's up to you if you need to hang on to it. But it's just crossing the left leg in front of the right. And imagine like the pendulum on a clock. So just kind of moving through between outer and inner thigh. Just moving that leg. 3, 2, 1. All right, so now let's do the right leg, unless you're on your left. So again, imagine the pendulum on a clock, or that thing, if you have like an old grandfather clock, that thing that swings right underneath the clock itself. So again, just inner thigh, outer thigh, just moving the leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right, so now this one's going to test your balance, but this one we're actually going to hold. And so it's bringing your knee up into your chest. Again, if you have a chair or your desk or a cubicle or a wall, don't be afraid to use it. You could hang on with one arm and use the other arm to hang on to whatever is around you. Nice job. All right, so now let's switch and do the other leg. It may be your right, it may be your left. Again, bringing your knee. Nice. All right, so now we're going to move into a quad stretch. So it's the front of that upper leg. Again, if you need to hang on to anything that is around you, make sure you do so. And just have your hand grabbing the top of your right foot. And again, keeping that knee in line with the left leg. If you feel like it's easiest, you could always rest the top of your foot on your chair or maybe a coffee table, depending on where you are, whether you're in office or if you're at home. Just feeling that stretch through the front of your leg. And now we're going to switch and we're going to move to the left side. So again, just grabbing the top of your foot with your left hand. And like I previously said, if you have a chair or a coffee table or a couch, if you're working from home or whatnot, you can always rest your foot on that and still feel that stretch through the front of your left leg, especially if balance is a little bit of a challenge, or if you feel like there's a limitation with like that range of motion with your knee. Excellent job. All right, so release. Okay, so we're going to go with our feet wide. All right, so this one we're going to move back and forth between the right to the left, to the right, to the left. So feeling the stretch through the back of your legs, but we're moving through it. All right, ready? Go. So again, just moving back and forth, feeling the stretch. Shift from one side to the other side. Feeling it through the back of the leg, maybe a little bit into the glute itself or the back of your backside, thing that you sit on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so coming up slowly, since our head was below our heart was, well, yeah, our head was below our heart. Such a mouthful. Just be careful if you have any blood pressure issues when you stand up. All right, so I'm going to put my left heel on the floor, and my right foot is going to be flat on the ground, and I'm just going to slide my hand down the front of my left leg, feeling that stretch through the back of that left side, and just holding. So again, left heel is on the ground, right foot is flat on the floor, trying to bending from the hip and trying to maintain a flat back. And I want you to slowly come up, and I want you to switch feet. So now your right heel is flat on the, or your right heel is on the floor. Your left foot is flat on the floor. Too many words that begin with the letter F. All right, feeling that stretch through the back of the right leg. And again, keeping that back flat, bending from the hip. Slowly come up. All right, so if you have a wall, I want you to use the wall or your chair as long as your chair doesn't move from you. So I'm going to have you cross your left ankle, or yeah, your left ankle over your right knee, and I want you to sit into it. So if you have a wall or a desk, from a side view, it would look like this. Now you could totally do this in a chair. You would just sit down, you would just cross your left ankle over your right knee, and you would just lean into it. So if you do need that, I would definitely use it, especially if you feel a little shaky or you're unsure, but try to be confident about it. All right, let's do the other side. So I'm going to cross my right ankle over my left knee. And again, I'm just hanging onto the wall. But you could use a chair, your office chair or the coffee table. And just sit back into it like a squat. Again, feeling that stretch through the glutes. All right, come up and out of that. All right, so one last area that we are going to work on, and that is the neck. All right, so movement. We're going to do a little movement. So we're going to do neck circles. So going clockwise. So left ear to left shoulder, chin down to chest, rotating right ear to right shoulder, chin up to the sky, back down, making one more rotation, and then we're going to switch and go the other direction. So again, range of motion, again, making sure the right ear touches the right shoulder or close enough to it. Chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, chin up to sky. Give me one more rotation. Nice job. So again, just moving slowly through that. I wasn't rushing into it. All right. So that is the end of stretch break. But before we take off, there is a new program that starts in the middle of May. It's May 16th. It is Race at Your Pace. So it's a 28-day, more of like a distance challenge that you can take at your own pace. And email went out yesterday about it. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. But otherwise, sign up. All right. Have a great day, and we will see you soon. All right. Bye, everyone.